Hey, welcome to the weekly wrap-up show. I'm your host, Bryce. I have my notes here on my tablet. Let's get right into it. Seriously though, how good was that All Blacks win against Argentina? The really good performance from the All Blacks in that game. Speaking of which, international rugby on the weekly wrap-up show. Rugby World Cup. The Rugby World Cup semi-finals, they've just been played out over the course of this weekend. New Zealand set a statement for the world to see. Third game in a row, I believe, for a statement with against Argentina with a 46-6 win. Argentina only getting the 6 points from 2 penalty goals in the first half. And New Zealand outplaying them by quite some way. South Africa just slipped over England for a 16-15 win, and that was quite the game to watch as well. I was hoping England would be the winner because New Zealand, England, it's an easy win. The finals for the Rugby World Cup are set. Argentina, England on the 28th, which will be Saturday coming up, and New Zealand, South Africa on the 29th, which is Sunday. As far as predictions go for those two games, New Zealand, it's probably going to be a low scoring game, probably no more than 5 over South Africa if New Zealand can manage it. South Africa currently world number 1. New Zealand lost their last Rugby World Cup, the record, but we're looking to gain the title back. So the way we've been playing is saying New Zealand is number 1. We are here to stay. We are here to get our title back. And as far as Argentina, England go, Argentina probably by about 10 over England. I'm not picking high scoring because that's when I'm likely to falter and things will get out of hand, and I'm not picking exact scores for the same reason. Yeah, that's my predictions as to how it's going to go. On with the show. International rugby on the weekly wrap-up show. The women's 15-1 started for New Zealand this last week. France taking the 18-17 win over the New Zealand ladies. Next game is October 28th and will be a New Zealand-Wales kick-off at 4 p.m. That's women's rugby, and women's rugby does go all the way through to November, or the start of November, so I've got a little ways to go with rugby yet. Silver Ferns netball on the weekly wrap-up show. New Zealand vs Australia. It's the Constellation Cup. I was going to pass off the future me, but the netball game's already just been played. Not a great score for the Aussies, but 53-50, New Zealand wins the fourth, meaning it's 2 each for New Zealand and Australia. Australia having 50 points in all 4 games, though, beat New Zealand's 2 40-point plus scores and 2 50-point plus scores. So Australia kept the Constellation Cup for the next year. It's domestic rugby on the weekly wrap-up show. It's the NPC. Taranaki got the win from Hawke's Bay 22-19. Needless to say, Hawke's Bay were still recovering from the ordeal that happened with the trophy. It has come out since that the white substance on the trophy was found to be flour. and the surface it was found to have been dropped on was a concrete floor, both of which are detrimental to any kind of wood. The flour is a little bit softer than the concrete floor, but you drop wood on concrete floor, especially shaped like that shield is, it hits the point at the bottom, which is usually the split. It's going to break. There's no two ways on that. Complete and utter accident. However, we played as good as we could under the circumstances. I put money on it, so that was still weighing on some of the players' minds. So, yeah, Taranaki winning the National Provincial Championship. So, the NPC is going to go onto the back burner now. There is no more games in that till next year. I will keep you updated with the teams and the pick order of play for the first few weeks as they get released, and that will be a little while away. I'll still be here though.
How have those Black Caps been doing? I don't know. Shall we find out? International cricket on the weekly wrap-up show.
18th was the day New Zealand won 149 runs against Afghanistan. I do not know what yesterday's cricket score was because I have not looked it up yet, but something tells me New Zealand may have won. Give me 5 seconds with the tablet and I will get it for you. India won. New Zealand versus India, and India won by 4 wickets. As if that wasn't expected.
International football on the weekly wrap-up show.
On the 18th, Australia went 2-0 up on the All Whites, and the next game is versus Greece on the 18th of November.
New Zealand football on the weekly wrap-up show.
In the A-League, the Wellington Phoenix and Sydney Wanderers went 0-0 in a tie. Next game is versus Perth Glory on the 28th of October for the Phoenix. And in the women's game, the women's played the Western Sydney women, and Phoenix women went 3-0 up on them. And their next game is against the Brisbane Roar on the 4th of November. So, got a bit of soccer coming up. I don't really want to sit there for 90 minutes and do the scoreboard because they're usually low scoring games, and well, it does become what it is.
Here's some channel updates. That's what's happening on Chilling Out Live.
That does it for the score updates. As far as channel goes, the alternative comms or alternative commentary is getting downgraded, and that's just due to not having the funds to keep my source live. It's an odd pricing system. They've got 25 New Zealand dollars a week, 45 New Zealand dollars a month, or 450 New Zealand dollars a year. Yeah, and they are my primary source to see what's happening on the field, or the pitch, or the court. It is exactly what it is, and you might find I might be 30 seconds to a minute behind because I'm listening to the radio. You might find I might be a little bit in front because I'm just watching the score tick over through the app. I've got a few ways of seeing the score, but none apart from that one source for seeing what's happening on the field. That would change all things if I could actually see what was happening on the field, and it would change even more if I could get a rebroadcasting license for it, but that itself will be in the thousands. So, yeah, ouch. I will try and get a whole year of it soon, so I'm good through next rugby season, next winter, and for the summer. But we're gonna have to just take the blow as it comes. If I can afford the whole year of it, I can afford the whole year of it. If you wish to help me out, there is a monetary donation link down below. The page that links to takes nothing, nada, out of the donation. It all comes straight to my PayPal. PayPal does take a fee, as you probably well know. So just bear that in mind. And the more you do donate, the bigger PayPal's fee is. It's always appreciated. I never expect any of you to donate to help me out, but if you do, thank you so much. And your name will be at the end of the show. If you have ever donated money to help me out and keep this scoreboard thing alive with alternative commentary, your name will be at the end of the show. And I am going to hook something up where the final thing that happens on the live streams is credits rolling, and that'll be all of you who help me financially to keep the show going. I am looking to join the partnership program when it comes available for me to, but it's not going to change a thing. Subs, likes, and poll votes when I'm live. That's all I expect from you guys. And they're all free, so why not? Anyhow, back to the scheduled program. As always, no coverage of the All Whites games. They are just too early for me. I cannot comprehend what's going on much before 8 o'clock in the morning, but you've seen me stumble through some of the 8 o'clock All Blacks games. That is, yeah, there's still a couple of those to go. I'm going to try and fit a Phoenix game in, probably one men's, one women's, but I'm not sure when that's going to happen. It's just whatever, 90 minutes, nil or very low scoring game, especially with the men. Central District Stags cricket coverage will start here early January. I know the games do start a couple of weeks before, but I'll pick it up when I am able to. Early January, so keep an eye out for that. And that's it for this week, folks. As always, thank you for your support. Every view I count as support, and it helps me get closer to the YPP and having the channel support itself through YouTube's advertisings, etc. I won't say go ahead, use an ad block on mine, because ad blockers haven't figured out a way around the new YouTube way of doing things, which is detecting ad blockers. I'm just here for subs, likes, poll votes. That's it. That won't ever change, even when the channel is monetized. I love doing this, and I would still do it even if YouTube rejected my application for the partnership program and I don't reach monetization. I would still do this because I love doing it. Might not be passionate about many sports that I cover, but I will still cover them because I know you guys are. For the weekly wrap-up show, I am your host, Bryce, and I'm out. See ya.